Stangibelisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV, Whiskey 1, Good Vibrations. As a ham radio operator, I'd like to ask you a question. Another question, so I'm leaving comments open. I've made quite a few videos about lightning and what it can do and how it works, quote unquote, or whatever it does. But I wanted to find out what your weirdest or most interesting or perhaps most destructive lightning experience has been in regards to your ham radio station. I think probably my most interesting experience, there are two of them. One of them was during a thunder shower or a heavy thunder shower back when I was a kid at my house in Rochester, Minnesota. I was not in the station. The station was in the fallout shelter. And we're having a thunderstorm, and suddenly I was sitting next to on my parents' bed, and my mother was at her desk, and all of a sudden there was a flash and a snap, snap, snap from the lamp on her desk, but the lights didn't go out and the lamp didn't catch fire, and as far as I know, no ill effects occurred in the house except in the ham radio shack where the fuse box exploded all over the shack. I was not in there, as I have told you, or I would have been startled out of my wits. And the only damage to my station, even though my antenna was connected, was a little bit of spark scarring on the transmatch, which did not do any damage to that piece of equipment, the Johnson Matchbox, the Johnson Viking Matchbox tuner, and the fuse in my keyer blew out. But all of the equipment was plugged in to the wall outlets, and the antenna was in fact connected to the radio. So I'm very lucky that I didn't suffer more severe damage than that. The other more interesting experience used to happen occasionally at W1AW, the ARRL ham radio station in Newington, Connecticut. When I worked there, we were having a severe thunderstorm or a heavy thunderstorm, and we were sending code practice, and we just kept right on sending. And we had some big antennas connected to those radios. One of them was 120 feet high, and none of the equipment was damaged. But every now and then, from the room in which the antennas came into the building, which was not directly visible from the station, but I could see around the corner through the door, and flashes were coming out of that room from time to time. And I got so scared that I sat in the middle of the floor of the building at W1AW for fear that lightning might actually strike the equipment and jump to me and injure me. That was the other very interesting experience I've had with lightning in my life. These experiences do not have to relate to ham radio, although I am asking you this question as a ham radio operator, and I presume you probably also are a ham radio operator. What is the weirdest or maybe most destructive or scariest experience that you have ever had in your life with lightning? Or haven't you had any experiences that amount to much? Then you don't need to tell us anything. But I'm sure the viewers would be interested to know, and we can share with each other those experiences. Stangibelisco W1GV saying 73 and so long, which in my native fist, lightning storm or not, always translates to Da-da-da-da-da-da.